There is also a good reason for renaming Valentine's Day as National Chocolate Day in Ghana and dedicating the month of February for chocolate consumption, the month of love. We are all expected to show love with chocolate to our dear ones on Chocolate Day. Is it not the case? Yeah. But the price of locally produced chocolate is too high and way beyond the pockets of the middle and lower classes of society. For instance, one bar of chocolate cream, one bar of golden cream, for instance, one bar of golden cream chocolate is sold at wholesale price for 25 Ghana cedis at the Cocoa Board shop in Accra. In other shops, the same bar of chocolate is sold at retail price for 30 Ghana cedis, while on the street it is sold for 40 Ghana cedis. How many Ghanaians can afford this with the current minimum wage of 18.15 pesos? They cannot afford it. But since their taste buds are active and they may crave for chocolate, the reasonable thing for them to do is to resort to foreign products at the detriment of our national economy. Why can't Ghana, the second leading cocoa producer in the world, produce chocolate at affordable prices for Ghanaians to enjoy the fruit of their labor and the gift from their maker? We urge the Cocoa Board and our very good friend and brother who is now leading the charge, Comrade and Senior Randy Abe, and Cocoa Processing Company to do something about this. Since we are still in the chocolate month, the month of love. Long live Breast Freedom in Ghana. Long live GJA. Long live Ghana. Thank you for your kind attention.
This case no super come. Na obe kaya Latifi Blisu. Also be in fear ensia echine. Na demonstration be a Kosovo police headquarters. Na oye juma wo multimedia na odo na yesuma se on kapa. Na aposifo bi di enkotima sebobo di timu te meni okasei beti apai ama wakohu ayaresa bebre epepi no ofa boche eko yesedre ni ehun ekeke ba ebesi enne aposifo chi ubia ubia comport and so eyede nti no yese se Ghana NDMY and so ye be call a passport and on that election we DTA president or the to just say Andrea or the police penny IGP Yura Doctor Asia na Oman in crash say obey the fasa cases no. Inti ye fee ni nemu ye ya cancel no say do March ending na ye hu hwe ya adamu a ya boy yetunu for say ye betu no ye betu sa adamu no enwechi president so e kasafa na say assault cases be apa ebisi wo Kumasi February 11th, Emra, Council of State about women. In the Pamboni will be able to share central 4 and 9 so abroad. And on that, ABC Neno Yente, who said, a person for Achi, Sa, in the Pam, for the fully. Intino, catch IGP ni aposifo say omunye bibi efa na enye desuso esan say Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council no na regional minister office ko. Na regional minister so no. Ono na oye chairman Emma Regional Security Council RESEC. Inti no se RESEC feature na nipa bi tibi ebodra ho ekudi ensemmu a ti say ya. Ene ebe den na ubetimi akonverse me say RESEC betimi abo amafo ban ewo baby fufuro bi. Se wa ufie betimi abo o ban. Na eno na ya koye bibi say oman no baby aye ko no etweye etutu asem ne basabasa yo emuna yeko eti no ye ka kire IGP na afesu so no omampeni president Mahama say omutu wana mo na president Mahama kwako die oye member of the GJA eti no otu wana mo na ese na efata so and now ye train President Mahama adwin esi boshe bia oye anano 7 July 2024 emra okopre mampeni ekunya no oni central for ye ehyimu bi and na DJ president ebisa no send ye bi and now see only there say ye pro central for no onfo so itino obeye ne obetumi bia se centralfo eyedie ebe ko kan na eno na ye twena Jesus se sabo hye na o hye ye no otu ho anamo sisia na ye de rekoso akai na ankoye se kasa na okai na na hye na o hye ye no na obo ni sire mu na okaye into the yesem onto mo anamo for far too long. In respect of Ameswali, the international community is very much interested in that case. And if you've been observing and tracking every year, the report on Ghana as far as the World Press Freedom Index is concerned, there's always a mention of Ameswali. It tells you how at the international front they are watching the space here, how we are addressing the issue. You may also recall that we had also spoken about some attacks on our colleagues from the multimedia group, Telia, which happened last month. And then also we know about the case of Erastus Asaridonko. This happened last year. Okay, and President again has some good news for us, or some news to share on those issues. You know, this administration, we have made it clear that we will not countenance any attack on a member of the association or a journalist. So last year we had done a lot of work in this. We say in our local parlance, once the predator keeps chasing, the prey must keep running. Okay, so we will also continue to address these issues as and when they emerge. Recently, there have been some cases of assault. President will address them too. You may recall during the Council of State elections, there were one case at the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council, and 4 journalists were involved. It is a wonder that we had national elections and we didn't hear any attack attacks on the media on a general note. Then this small Council of State election, and we are being attacked. Okay, we are going to address those issues. And much recently, we also have reports of some attacks in the northeast region. Okay, and two of our colleagues were also attacked. And the president is also going to address them. Sometimes these attacks are only meant to put fear in us, to intimidate us, to stop us from doing our job. But this is not something that is going to cow us into not doing our job. And we will do whatever it takes to defend members of the association. Then President will also be addressing some national issues. And it is not always that we want to be looking at issues about ourselves, but sometimes we also need to look at issues broadly. You know, the mandate we have as the media is very broad. They say we are watchdogs of society. Okay, so we don't only watch over the media space, but we also have the mandate to watch over the space of national affairs. So what we have decided to do this year is that from time to time, we will pick issues one after the other to address them, believing that the powers that be will take note to address them. So today we are going to address one such national concern. And also, sometimes we are talking about media freedom, but we tend to lose sight of media responsibility. Freedom goes with responsibility. So we don't always will come here to talk about our rights, our freedoms, but we also will address responsibility issues. So if we are not doing our job well, we don't have to sit down for people to point them to us. We need to do introspection. We need to be able to point out the issues ourselves. That is what we call self-regulation. So you are regulating yourself and not waiting for an external authority or force to come and tell you what to do. So when we come across anything untoward professionally, we also address them. Sometimes concerned citizens have been reaching out to us. Okay, and today one of such issues we are going to address came from somebody who is so much concerned, and we have looked at the issue, the concern we raised, we have discussed it, and we think it is a matter we must address so that we are keeping the sanctity of the profession. So we'll be doing that as well. But just before President will come, let me highlight something to do with our safety and security. Okay, and it is very much important. Our senior colleague, Samsela Dianene, has been emphasizing this. Okay, we don't know when we may come under attack. Okay, sometimes you may think what you are doing is not harmful, but the nature of our work is said that everything you are doing, somebody may not be happy about it. Even if you are in the studio, okay, somebody may not be happy. Okay, so every time you want to take some precautions. So what something has been advising is that whenever you come under attack, the first thing you want to do is to preserve evidence. Okay, and many a time we want to rush to the media to put our stories there. Okay, but we in the executive, we have made it a point that we will go beyond issuing press statements, organizing press conferences to even take legal action. But when you go to court, the only language they understand is evidence. Without evidence, there is nothing we can do. And sometimes you guys are asking us, so what are we doing beyond the press statement? But you can also not go to court if you don't have evidence. So as soon as you come under attack, please do well to preserve evidence, do well to report the matter to the police, get a medical form, go to hospital. Then you want to preserve the evidence. Don't go home and come back. Okay, because for example, you've been attacked, you sustained a cut on your forehead, but you don't go to report the case immediately. Then the following day, you are going to the police station. And if you take the offender to court, his or a lawyer may come and say that, oh, this attack, you were going home and you fell into a gutter because you didn't take immediate steps. Okay, so it is always important we are paying attention to those little things. Okay, then also sometimes what we have observed and the concerns we have is that sometimes you are in a team, your colleague is under attack, and we just abandon the person. We need to move as a team. The only reason the soldiers are strong, the police are strong, is that they come as a team. So we should be each other's brother and keeper, so that we are covering each other's back anytime we become attacked.